Because, as you can see, his time wave jumps there and then jumps forward like that. See how it's there and then jumps forward? He's probably chronoporting more units back. Here, we'll watch. I suspect that these are the units he chronoported back. Look, see? 1. And maybe he only sent that 1 backwards and he followed it back several times. What happened there? Why didn't it go back in time? I don't know. Maybe he decided not to send it back in time. Which might be a good idea, might be a bad idea. Because any time travel can lead to a paradox and an unstable timeline. What? Let's see exactly what he's doing. I'm surprised he hasn't sent them back. He's lost... Wait, was that it going back in time just then? We'll go and play. No! Oh, the time where Eve just changed the timeline. He's got his spire back. And... I don't know what's happening here. It looks like every time wave is carrying with it a different timeline. Meanwhile, King John has much more of an economy than Shadowfury. As you can see, he's got 7 RPs up there, and he's going for a lot of Q plasma, which probably means, yes, he's got a slip gate. He's definitely going to start time traveling very soon, which would very likely mean that King John is going to start upgrading his units with the skip ability so that he can send them back and skip them all the way over to Shadowfury's base without relying on the transporter. The slip gate, I mean. But that could take several minutes for him to build an army. Meanwhile, at this point in time, Shadowfury has himself an army. Wait, King John's just behind me. 2 units. That doesn't quite classify as an army. Okay, 3 units. And he's not building anymore. I wonder... Is it... Maybe he's already gone back in time. What's he... Yes, he's gone back in time. He did do exactly what I thought he'd do. But it doesn't look like he's doing that good of a job. The Seppies just really kicked his ass then. I wonder if he has the time to be able to undo the chronoport. Like, it happened somewhere close to here. To have been able to have gone all the way back there, it must have happened here. But I wonder if he will choose to undo it. In my opinion, it would have been a smart idea to undo it. Yes, I think he did undo it. But one of these time waves along here has a considerably larger army than what he's facing here. Probably this blue one. Yes. That is quite a considerably sized army. I wonder... Oh! And now Shadowfury is attacking him in the unplayable past. Maybe this would be a perfect time for him to use the chronoporter and chronoport back in time to here to counter the Grekim units that Shadowfury has there. Though I wonder, how exactly did he get those units there? Maybe he just moved them there from an earlier point in time. Yes, that's all it seems to have been. He just moved them there. And as you can see at... Wait. The timeline... Yes, he did chronoport them back. He did do exactly what I thought he'd do. But the timeline seems to be in flux. The slipgate dies at some point. Which may... Yes, the slipgate dies. Which means that one of the waves... This wave is carrying the dead slipgate. Which means that it'll be a paradox. Predestination paradox. The timeline is going to be swapping between the 2 versions. And I'd say that this version is the most likely to fall off the timeline and be the final version, which means that King John's going to have to do something about it, but I wonder if he's even focusing on that, because he has his own issues to look at, such as the destruction here of Shadowfury's base, which isn't going so well. He looks very likely like he's going to lose this. I don't know what King John can do. I suspect that King John isn't playing his main race. Given by the last few games, King John very likely plays mostly Caesar, which is the human race, which would be why he is not going so well this time. Also, King John has more resources though, which would be why he has had a smaller army earlier on. And yes, why he has a large army now, because he spent lots of resources on building the RPs, which meant resources he couldn't use on building an army. And Shadowfury is coming. What changes will there be to the timeline? Nothing. I wonder what he's doing. Yes, it's just the base building. Maybe that's all it is. We'll see when Shadowfury passes me right here. He stopped just in front of me. I'll just jump back a little bit. Yeah, it was the base. He's building more units. And, given by the fact that he just jumped there, yes, he's attacking him in the unplayable pass again. But King John has his chronoporter up. If he notices in time, he may choose to chronoport his units back in time, but he's sitting there, back in time. Maybe it's just, yes, he did do it, maybe. Or maybe these were just the units he had there at the time, and he's watching them to make sure how they propagate and win the battle. Yes, and he did end up chronoporting units back in time. And he's going to attack him. This might create a time loop attractor, and in essence, King John might just win this. One sec. My game just has started lagging. There we go. Okay. King John is winning this. It looks very likely that he will beat Shadowfury. However, because Shadowfury is Grecan, he has the ability to very easily produce units in the future and then send them back in time to help himself when he's losing in a battle. I bet that King John may have been able to secure this place if he had done what I recommended at the beginning of the game, which would have been to send up a Seppi and a Pharaoh, and together they would have been able to create Octos. But now he's all out of resources here, and it looks like he's going to lose the game. He's all out of resources here, which so is King John. So he tried moving his RPs up just a little bit earlier, hence the flying RP over there. But losing all the resources in your base happens very frequently in Achron, which is why expanding is a very important process. See how he's almost out of Q plasma here too. They're almost empty. And when that's empty, he's going to be out of Q plasma. But it's so near the end of the game that it really doesn't matter. The only thing Shadowfury can do is use the distant future to create units and send them back in time. But again, because he didn't expand up here, he really does not have the resources to create units to send them back in time. And as you can see, good game, and King John has won this. I hope to see you all next time.